That's good. I like that camera angle. That's a good angle. It looks off, like a bad angle, sort of like how the sword kind of looks tilted, I guess you can say. Let's see, at any rate. Have to watch on the way. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. I personally think that Rolling Stone is incorrect here. There are some games that are out of place.
Watch on the way. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
fine.
He's doing an audio test. Shut up, me. What's going on, Jacoby? What's popping? All right, so yeah, like I said, this isn't going to be like a long stream. This is going to be pretty much what I want to do is go over the article and then do the tier, just so that we have an idea of what we're working with. Although it would make sense to do it the other way around, right? Like we do a tier and then go over the article to see if like they match. That sounds like a better plan, actually. So we'll do that. Let me actually go to the tier list maker here. You make the camera small, like so. Go here, go there, do that. Boom, bam, pow. We're good. All right, so we have, as far as the 20 games, their top 20 games that define the Switch as it is, right? You have Fire Emblem 3. I can't see my cursor. Hold on. Or you guys can't see the cursor, so I'll do this. Capture cursor. Boom, bam. There we go. Cool. All right, so we have Fire Emblem Three Houses, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Astral Chain, Bayonetta 3. Uh, I believe this one's Breath of the Wild. Metroid Dread, Kirby the Forgotten Lands, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, something like that. Uh, Luigi's Mansion 3. This was Monster Hunter Rise. Although this one technically shouldn't really count because it's not a Switch exclusive. It just launched on a Switch before it became like, available on all platforms. Mario Kart 8. This is Super Mario Maker 2, I believe. Yeah, Super Mario Maker 2, Super Mario Odyssey, Pikmin 4, Splatoon 3, Smash Brothers Ultimate, Tetris 99, which shouldn't be up here, but I digress. Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Wonder, and something. I forgot what the hell that was. Hold on, let me do this. Let me see, because I still got the file here. That one was... Oh, Xenoblade. That's right. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That's what that was. Okay. The top 5 is not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Odyssey, Fire Emblem, Three Houses of Smash, Rolling Stone, Smoke, or something. Excuse me. I guess. I guess. I'm not going to sit here and act like, I wouldn't put Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in my top 5. More so Breath of the Wild than Tears of the Kingdom, because Tears of the Kingdom was just a bunch of retreaded shit with some added, like, extra stuff, I guess you could say. So if anything, team behind Zelda pulled a Pokemon Sun and Moon, where they gave you like part of the game in the first iteration and then gave you the actual game in the second iteration. And that kind of bothers me. That kind of bothers me. I bought into that shit. What are you doing, Betty? Hello, Betty. What are you doing, puppy? What are you trying to... Wait, what are you trying to... You want to play right now? Look at this girl. She wants to play right now. Betty! Betty! You want to play right now? You want to play right now? Is that what this is? You want to play right now when I'm streaming? When I'm streaming? Look at her, Harlem shaking and shit. You want to play right now while I'm streaming? She's cute. All right. Get out of here. Go play with your sisters. Nintendo loves doing things like that, but not common sense things like porting Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on the Switch. What's going on, Dave? Best Switch game, Counter-Strike 1.6. It switches me from calm to furious. I get that. That's funny. That's a funny one. That one there. That's how I am. That's how I was with Monster Hunter Wilds yesterday. I was like this, and I was like this, and I was like this, and I was like this. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna start moving some stuff. I mean, feel free to chime in at any point in time. I'm thinking best Switch game. The best Switch game. I might start from the bottom up, right? The worst to the best. Out of all of these, I would honestly put in the top 20 with Tetris 99 for sure. That actually might I'll move that later. So also the order that it's gonna go, right? Like it's just gonna go from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just progressing like that. So I'll swap them around depending on best to worst kind of deal. Tetris 99 is definitely number 20. The fact that it's on a list already makes me upset, but it's definitely number 20. Super Mario Maker 2 was just a retread of Mario Maker 1, so I'll put that as 19. It's like Mario Maker 1, sorry. Which is ironic because I have Super Mario Maker 2 and not Super Mario Maker 1. But that's neither here nor there. They could have just put DLC out for that game. They know what they were doing. They were just re-releasing something that they already did with some extra bells and whistles. So that's why I wouldn't put that up there. Tetris 99 is fun, but there are better games. Absolutely are better games on the Switch. Like Switch exclusives, definitely better games. Right? Like I don't think people know that you got games like this right here. Let me see if I can big face myself real quick. There we go. Just briefly. That right there, Advance Wars, that's a fine ass fucking game right there. Holy shit. People slept on this one. Now it's not an exclusive, obviously. It was released on the Game Boy Advance initially. But this shit, man. Soundtrack is phenomenal. The voice acting is really fucking good. Um the gameplay, it's the tactics game, so it's about as far as like gameplay as tactics can do. Like the visuals make it really, really pop. Let's put it that way. Fun game. It's a really fun game. But let's see. Pikmin 4. That shit went with a fucking whimper. Let's be real. I'm putting that as like number 18. And that's like Pikmin 1 and 2, fair enough. And people were clamoring for a Pikmin 3 and they finally got it, and it kind of like, it came and went. Then they just dropped Pikmin 4 out of nowhere and you heard nothing about it afterwards, right? Betty, stop digging up the carpet, please. That'd be very, very appreciative of you. Let's see. I would put next. I would put. There's a lot of these are like very platformers, so it's kind of difficult to choose between them all. I would say, actually, I'd put Pokemon Legends Arceus down there. Like I'm not gonna sit here and fake the funk. It's my favorite Pokemon game on the Switch, but it's nowhere near my top 5. I would put Legends. Actually, I put Legends Arceus right here behind Mario Maker. To be real. Mario Maker 2, I get more fun out of. Pikmin 4, it's Pikmin, just high res with some extra stuff that they threw in there. Legends Arceus, it was good, but I only went as far as getting the 3-star, like beating the storyline and then getting the 3 starters because there was nothing really new thrown in. I mean, like, oh well, the other exclusive like Sneasler and like the Psychic Braviary and whatnot. Sure, I guess sure, why not? But yeah, there wasn't much else in the way of gameplay for it, right? Like you just play it once and that's it. Ooh, big deal. Um, let's see, number 16 is that? It's only 1980. Yeah, 16. Number 16, I would say Splatoon 3. And that's a problem. It's Splatoon 3 and Pikmin 4 suffer from that the issue that I have as far as like sequels go. Where the first game is already really fucking good. It's damn near close to like the perfect version of whatever is in the franchise. And then the sequel follows up, like the second iteration or whatever, and it's not as good. And then the third iteration follows up, and it's not as good as the second. And that's pretty much what Splatoon 3 is. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely still got its fan base, so on and so forth, right? But the fact of the matter stands that what's going on, Hypno? The fact of the matter stands that like Splatoon 3 is just Splatoon 1 with extra stuff. That's it. Like they're not really doing anything like super drastic or anything. That's why I said it right there. I think that actually completes the top 20. So there you go. All right. So we can move up to the top 15. Top 15 is probably going to be a little bit more difficult because now we're getting into actual like this is where I would actually put the top 15 and top 10 probably more based on storylines. So let's see. I would start with I would say Rise, Odyssey. Actually, Odyssey is really good. Odyssey is pretty good. I'd actually put Odyssey in top 10. Let me do that real quick. Where'd it go? Odyssey top 10. Animal Crossing goes in top 15. Breath of the Wild, actually, I would put in top 15. Fire Emblem Three Houses in top 15, and Mario Wonder, more like, yep, Mario Wonder I would put in top 15. So if I were to reorganize these, I would say Breath of the Wild is definitely here. That would be number 11. Animal Crossing's back here. I think this might actually be the order here. Yeah. Breath of the Wild, Rise, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Super Mario Wonder, and New Horizons. The New Horizons, I definitely put a lot of fucking hours into. I put so much fucking time into that game, but it's so RNG based. Like, if it's not RNG based, you're basically relying on people who know how to game the system and get, like, what are those things called? Like, shells or gold or whatever it was. The currency in the game. Like, bells. That's what it was. It was bells. You're relying on people that have, like, bells and shit to buy stuff for you from their game to then give to you. And it's just like, it's so much fucking work. And y'all want me to like talk with people in this game? Like, fuck off. I don't care. I don't care. Super Mario Wonder. Super Mario Wonder was it's just basically new Super Mario Brothers with some extra new abilities and power-ups and stuff like that. A sort of different-ish storyline, but it's a game that can be beaten really easily, and that's like, sure, whatever. Three Houses, I'm kind of pissed off at in the direction that they're taking the Fire Emblem franchise in general. I like, Awakening is probably like their peak. A lot of people say, oh, Radiant Dawn, the one with Ike or Roy or whatever. Oh, you want input too? Oh, no, they're just fighting. Like Radiant Dawn, or, Ike or Marth or Roy, those are like the peak games. I would say Awakening is where they hit the best that they could ever do, because they released Fire Emblem Fates and those games are garbage. Those games are actually garbage. You're playing as a half dragon sort of character. Excuse me. You're playing as like a half dragon or dragon dude that can turn into a dragon, and you can either stick with your Japanese family who aren't your birth parents or aren't your your blood relatives, or you can stick with your adopted family who aren't also your blood relatives, or you can do the revelations and find out who your actual mother is and find out where you really came from, so on and so forth. And it's fucking weird. It's like they basically turned it into relationships, the game. Like, you can wipe up your adopted sister, and I'm like, bro, come on. I get it. You're not blood related, but come on. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. How's that gonna look in the eyes of your parents? Like a Ryoma looking at, not Ryoma, but whatever their father's name was. Just looking at their kids like, come on now. Hitting them with the Justin Timberlake face. But Monster Hunter Rise, I like it. A little too anime for me, but I like it. Right? Like, give me something more like World. World just seems a little more grounded. Wilds is also a little more grounded. But there's too much talking in Wilds for my liking. And then Breath of the Wild I put down here primarily because Breath of the Wild felt like there was more to it. And that's what you got with Tears of the Kingdom. So, Tears of the Kingdom is Breath of the Wild plus. It's just new game plus. It's like, why would y'all do that? What's wrong with y'all? I hate y'all for doing that. Now, don't get me wrong. I definitely bought into it. I bought Breath of the Wild like the same exact day that I bought a Switch, and then Tears of the Kingdom dropped. I bought that pretty much day one, and it's fun. It's a good game. But it goes down here because there was barely any plot. Everybody died. You just had to go finish the fight. That was all. Everybody died and Ganondorf took over Hyrule Castle, so you had to basically just go and fight Ganondorf. That's it. You didn't need to go to, like, you know, all of the other spots in the game, like to go fight the other, or, you know, I guess you could say free the other guardians and whatnot. Um, you didn't need to do that. You could just pull up with whatever fucking weapons you got and just deflect the fucking laser beams back at Ganondorf, and that's an easy win. It's like, sure, why not? So I put that in, like, you know, number 11. That's where that goes. So now we go up to the top 10, and I would say Astral Chain, Odyssey, Bayo 3, Luigi's Mansion, and no, not Mario Kart 8. Not Mario Kart 8. That goes top 5 for sure. Probably Kirby. Kirby Forgotten Lands. Let's see. So, thank you. In order, I would say Luigi's Mansion goes here, number 12, that is. Odyssey is fine where it is. Astral Chain, Bayonetta goes number 13. Come on, switch over. There we go. There we go. That sounds like the correct order. Astral Chain was just really fucking short. That bothered a lot of people. I personally wanted more out of this game. I was expecting, like, you know, some DLC later down the line. They didn't give a shit, dog. They didn't give us a damn thing with Astral Chain. Like, it's fun, right? It's cool gameplay, so on and so forth. But I keep saying so on and so forth it's cool gameplay or whatever, but there wasn't much there otherwise. Give me more. What are you doing, right? Like, even Devil May Cry fucking 5 gave us more, and all that pretty much was a story and there's some extra stuff. But they still gave us more, right? Like the Virgil challenge and shit like that. You don't get too much out of Astral Chain. That's why it's sitting at number 10. Yeah, number 10. Then, of course, Kirby and Forgotten Lands. That game came and went. Farting a fucking win. It was Mario Odyssey, but, you know, not as hype. And with Kirby. Now, there's nothing wrong with Kirby or anything like that. I love the Kirby games. But there wasn't much to that game either. Bayo 3, again, suffers from the same thing I like Splatoon 3, Pikmin 4 do, where the first Bayonetta was phenomenal, and then the second one was like, you know, it was cool or whatever, and the third one just, it happened. All most people remember from Bayonetta 3 is that, like, Cerise's not gay. That's it. She's just exceptionally flexible, and she fights in a very stripperella style, which, you know, fair enough. But, you know, they ended it with her and Luca in a relationship. They had a kid and so on and so forth. It's like, cool. So, you know, that pissed off a lot of trans people. Sucks for them. Not just trans people, but LGBT overall. Pissed them off. They'll be all right. Nonetheless, Luigi's Mansion 3 surprisingly does not suffer from the same thing, the same kind of sequelitis that these other games do. Like, Luigi's Mansion 3 is actually pretty charming. It's got its moments, right? I'm forgetting the ghost name. It was a Spooky, I think it was the ghost dog's name. But yeah, I like the game. I like the game a lot. So I'll sit that at number 11. 7, actually, number 7. My bad. And then number 6, of course, you have Super Mario Odyssey. Now, Super Mario Odyssey is that open world game. It's not really open world, like kind of like the same thing Hypno said with Monster Hunter Wilds. No, it's more like Worlds, where it's like, you know, you got zones. You basically traveling stage to stage, being real, but like it's as open world as each stage allows you to be. But the replay value on the game is pretty fucking good. Trying to remember the name of that fucking song. The song that Paulina sings. That's also a bop. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the song. It'd be all right. I know what song I'm talking about. You guys know what song I'm talking about. You know, you got Danky Kang City. And you go through, like, you know, you get into the sky, you get into the top of the skyscraper where she's singing with, like, you know, her backup dancers, and you're doing all the platforming stuff. It's really fun stuff. But it sits at number 6 for me, because number 6. Let's see, top 5. So that's just gonna be 2 games here, which I would put number 5, actually number 4, and number 5 is Xenoblade Chronicles. Psych! Swap those around. Swap them around, damn it! There we go. Number 4 is Xenoblade 3. There we go. First 3 games are so good, I went out and got the Steelbook. Got the Steelbook case. For some reason, I thought they had like DLC stuff in there, like the codes and shit like that. They had the codes and shit like that for the second game for sure. But Xenoblade 3, really solid game. And then Mario Kart 8, I had to put at number 5 primarily because I get it, but Mario Kart 8 has done the same thing that GTA 5 has done, which is overstated its welcome. I get it. You can pretty much continue to profit off of Mario Kart 8. A lot of Mario, I guess you could say, as I call it, multiplayer mayhem kind of games, like Mario Kart, Mario Party, games like that, Smash Brothers to a degree. Those are games that you can get like a lot of life out of if you market it correctly. And they marketed this game correctly. However, it overstayed its welcome. Like, you can only race on the same map, but so many fucking times before, like, at this point in time, you're just shouting at it. It's like look at Geeks and Gamers when they play Mario Kart. It's like, it's the same shit over and over. No shade at them, obviously, but it's the same shit over and over. They're having fun. I have fun for a little bit and then I leave. And it's like, sure, whatever. I can only, like, if I'm playing the game, I got the game. But if I'm playing the game, I can only get like maybe 3-4 maps, like 1 cup in, a cup and a half maybe. I'll be pissed off by like the first race of the second cup. Like, man, I shouldn't have started this shit. I should have played something else. But I'll put it top 5 because credit where credit is due. It's a strong ass game. And then you got your top 3. We're gonna put these up here in order. Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom. That's a fun ass game. It's the game that Breath of the Wild should have been. Metroid Dread, number 2, because Metroid Dread is the classic Metroid style. The gameplay is fucking great. The storyline is really good. They take, like, you know, some they basically take it to the next level with what Samus is capable of after the whole Metroid incident. The Chozo show up and so on and so forth. The game gets really, but it basically turns you into, like, you know, Noctis when he fights a Leviathan in Final Fantasy 15. Turns you into Noctis at the end of the game, where you just basically just God moding through the rest of the fucking the shit. Like, you're God moding from the one end of the map all the way back to your ship just to get out of there. But overall, like, getting to that part of the game, getting to that point in the game, really fun. Really good mechanics, really tight mechanics, right? Like, you like, everything's pretty precise. So that's a fun game. I might play through that again because I played through it on stream. I might play through it on a harder difficulty. We'll see. And then we have, of course, the de facto Smash Brothers as number 1. Now, that's not just my sentiments. That is a sentiment of an entire generation of Switch users. There was, at one point in time, from like 2018 to probably about 2022, I heard nothing else aside from Smash Brothers, some Zelda stuff. I didn't hear shit about Mario. Like I didn't hear shit about Mario on its own platform outside of Smash Brothers. Um, all of these other games that were releasing in that timeline or whatnot, that's cool, fine, and dandy. Everybody wanted to know who the next DLC drop, who's going to be in the next DLC drop, right? Like, we're sitting there like, oh, are we going to get Joker from Persona? Are we going to get Goku? Are we going to get Sora? Are we going to get Banjo Kazooie? Are we going to get this character? So on, blah 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 blah. Like, Sakurai really turned the Switch into his machine. That's a fucking feat and a half, which is why it sits at number 1, or should sit at number 1. And that's, you know, that's the list as it should be, right? That's how it is from a gamer's perspective and not from a journalist's perspective. So going from the bottom to the top, right? You got number 20 is Tetris 99. No, fuck that game. It birthed the whole 99 movement where like now you got Tetris 99, fucking F-Zero 99 and some other stupid shit. You have Legends Arceus. A nice marginal step up from what Game Freak can do, but that's the only time they did it. And even then, it wasn't like, it wasn't, a fucking knockout at a park. It was a home run, but the ball was still in field. Put it that way. And that's primarily because, like, they couldn't, they kept fumbling the ball. That's all. It wasn't a grand slam, is what I should say. It was a home run. It wasn't a grand slam. It could have been a grand slam if they actually stuck to this formula. But, that's neither here nor there. Super Mario Maker 2 is just Super Mario Maker 1 with extra bells and whistles. Pikmin 4 was just Pikmin 3 with extra bells and whistles, which is just Pikmin 2 with extra bells and whistles, which is just Pikmin 1 with extra bells and whistles. Splatoon 3, same thing. Animal Crossing New Horizons, they did give you a good bit of content, but after a while it just becomes like how much can I deck out my house? And can I get like whatever fucking the fucking Egyptian cat to my island? I don't care about the Egyptian cat. I like the fucking tiger that just be flexing everywhere. That's my boy. Fucking tiger. I forgot his name. It was like Leo or some shit like that. I don't know. Super Mario Wonder coming in at number 14. Because Super Mario Wonder was a short Mario game, and all they did was really add just a couple extra power-ups. You could take an actual hallucinogen and fucking pipes just start slinking all over the place. You can turn into an elephant and other goofy shit. Fire Emblem Three Houses did nothing to add to the franchise of Fire Emblem. The music is good, I guess. But overall, people just do the same thing where they get into the game and they're just like, who can I wipe up or who can I husbando up? Like, I don't care about that. I want to get into the gameplay, right? That's the storyline, the plot. That's what we got from Fire Emblem Awakening, where you find out like, Robin isn't exactly the individual that you think he is, and he's got like some kind of like crazy ass past and some other stuff. That's fun. You don't get that. Like, that's not what people are focused on in Three Houses. Everybody's just like, which house am I going to be under? Like, whichever house I'm going to be under, that's who, like, that they have somebody there who I think is attractive, and that's who I want to be in a relationship with. I don't like that. It's a nice mechanic as far as the game goes, like the gameplay, like when you pair two people who are in a relationship, they get like, an attack boost or speed boost, or something like that, resistance boost. That's cool. But all in all, it's pretty much relationship, the fighting game, or the battle game, strategy game. Relationship, the strategy game. So whatever to that. Monster Hunter Rise, it's not the strongest Monster Hunter game. Like, I would actually say when people say Monster Hunter World is too it's too, I guess you could say, like, detached from what Monster Hunter is. That's how I feel about Rise. It's a little too detached. The music is good, as always, But there's just there's also the factor of the fucking button mapping. It's on a Switch. On the Switch, I'll say, because they put this on all consoles. But on the Switch, the button mapping is just horrendous. It's weird how some of these games are cross-platform on this list. Some of these games are, yeah. If that's the case, why not just include Octopath? Exactly. That's what a lot of people were saying. Like, why not put Octopath up there? Right? Octopath was a better option instead of Monster Hunter Rise. If that's the case, there are actually there are a number of like Switch games that like, oh shit, what's it called? Was it Demon X Machina? Demon X Machina could have been up here. That was a good game. That was a slept on ass game. Like, holy shit. Mortal Kombat 8 released on the Wii U. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking they put Mortal Kombat 11 and 1 on the Switch. It's like, what are you doing? But oh, was it Demon X Machina? That was a really fucking good game. For those that like their mech games, get Demon X Machina. That game is super slept on. Super duper slept on. That could have been up here. I would have actually put Demon X Machina like up here somewhere. But yeah, number 11. I mean, number 12 would be Monster Hunter Rise. Number 11 would be Breath of the Wild, and it's because it's what Tears of the Kingdom should have. It's not what Tears of the Kingdom should have been, but Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom is what Breath of the Wild should have been. Right? Like it was just basically Tears of the Kingdom took the exact same map, added another whole bunch of bullshit under that map, and then a whole bunch of other bullshit above that map, and gave you a plot, an actual storyline. But you have to go and find, like, you know, Zelda's tears, the tears of the light dragon, to then find out what happened and some other wild shit. You know what's funny? I beat Breath of the Wild probably about like 4 or 5 times. I beat Tears of the Kingdom 0 times, and I still consider it a better game. Right, like Tears of the Kingdom, I'm practically right under Hyrule Castle, pretty much in front of fighting Ganondorf, and I just don't feel like going to play it right now. That's where I sit. Um, but yeah, number 11, I put Breath of the Wild there. Like how you read, oh, Mario Kart 8. Okay. See, this what I hate about fucking acronyms sometimes. It's like GOW. It's like God of War or Gears of War, whichever. What was the other one I keep confusing? I think it was Game of Thrones. It was Game of Thrones or something else. I can't remember. If you want to, like how you read Mario Kart as Mortal Kombat over Mario Kart. Yeah, that's how I feel. These fucking acronyms, man. If you want to be technical, Breath of the Wild was meant to be the Wii U exclusive, but they delayed it to be thrown on the Switch. Yeah, that's also something that was a thing, because they announced Breath of the Wild back in like fucking 2015. Then they released it on the Wii U, and then they released it on the Switch, and everybody just forgot that it was on the Wii U because the Wii U just kind of died the day the Switch came out. So, you know, rip Wii U. Sucks to suck. I mean, you know, at one point in time you were a Smash Brothers machine. That's dope or whatever. Um, Astral Chain, again, like I said, like really phenomenal gameplay. Not a lot of game to play. So you know, there's that. Forgotten Lands, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands is just basically Mario Odyssey, but for Kirby. And you go around swallowing cars and trucks and shit, and that's dope. Kirby do what Kirby be doing. Yeah, 2015. Yeah, I remember that day. Fucking, was it Eiji Aonuma, I think, came out? Was it Koji Kondo or was it Aonuma? Either way, one of them came out and just basically was like, hey, here's just a sneak preview of what's to come for the Zelda franchise. This is just Link on a horse, this big ass fucking expanse. Like, you know, just stretching on like a bunch of fucking meadows and some mountains in the back and shit like that. And everybody lost their fucking shit. It's like, man, we need to go back to those times. We ain't going back to those times. We ain't going back. Iwata's dead. That's it. Iwata's dead. Reggie has retired. Nintendo will never be what Nintendo was. Doug Bowser couldn't hack it. He couldn't hack it. I think he's still like the CEO of Nintendo of America, but he couldn't hack it. Either way, Bayonetta 3, it's fun, forgettable but fun. Luigi's Mansion 3 does not suffer from sequelitis. I would honestly say that Luigi's Mansion 3 is better than Luigi's Mansion. Was it Dark Moon? Was that the second one? Dark Moon? I would say that it's better than that one personally. Like Dark Moon was fun. Then they had that game. I think it was a game or a fucking game mode, one of the two, where it's like your multiplayer, and you just got a bunch of fucking like ghost Luigi's running around. That was pretty fun. That was pretty cool. But Luigi's Mansion 3 sits at number 7, with his brother Mario Odyssey sitting at number 6. Because Mario Odyssey, fun platformer, has really high replay value, but I mean, I think this is what they should have released instead of Galaxy, right? Like Galaxy should have been the Switch. The storyline for Galaxy should have been on the Switch, and Odyssey's story should have been on the Wii U. Wii U and the Wii. And it's like there's the whole plot of Mario Odyssey is Bowser kidnapped Peach. So you're going to a bunch of different worlds to defeat his Koopalings, as always. And then you fight him on the moon. And while you two are beefing with each other, Peach just pieces the fuck out of there. It's like, all right, okay, sure. Why the fuck not? Yeah, cuck everybody again. Fuck it. Think about the Wii U too. It's never gonna be really looked upon like the GameCube, of how a failing game console becomes a very loved thing down the line. Wii U truly one of the biggest flops. Yeah, the Wii U had so much like the Wii had far more shovelware than the Wii U, but there were still far more memorable games on the Wii U than there were on the Wii than there were on the Wii U. Like the Wii U had Smash Brothers. Yeah, it had Smash Brothers Wii U is what it was called. What was that game? Splatoon 2. Splatoon and Splatoon 2. I believe it has Splatoon 2. I want to say there was a Mario game, a Mario platformer. I think Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was also on the Wii U, but then they released it on the Switch as well. So there you go. I will say with the Wii U, they gave us like the HD editions of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, and that's cool. But there wasn't much memorable on the Wii U. There really wasn't. And they just couldn't recreate the same kind of magic that Wii Sports did. Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort did with the Wii. It just wasn't the same. It's funny because we have a Wii plugged up downstairs, not a Wii U. Like the Wii U is sitting I think there's a Wii U actually, if I remember correctly, but it's sitting in a box somewhere. The Wii is plugged up. Oh, I think they also had Skyward Sword on the Wii U. It was also on the Wii, but I think that was on the Wii U as well. So that's the top 10, and then top 5, Mario Kart 8 coming at number 5. Overstayed its welcome, much like GTA 5. I think everybody wants the next Mario Kart game. And here's the thing that kind of throws me for a loop though. It's like you add new stages. You basically make Mario Kart 9. You got a bunch of new stages. Are you gonna then do the fucking fast pass thing where it's like, or the battle pass, whatever you want to call it, where you basically put all the maps that were on Mario Kart 8 into Mario Kart 9? Because if you ask me, that's some genius marketing, but also lazy. And I hate laziness more than genius marketing, personally. Like, I'm not saying you have to reinvent the wheel, but don't just take shit that you already put out on a previous game and then put it on a new game. Like, that's stupid. That's lazy as fuck. I can understand if it was like, some classic style, like Street Fighter, for example, classic costumes or something like that. Make those unlockable. Let's do that. Make it unlockable, as opposed to making people pay for it. That actually makes me, that makes me respect you a little more. And then, of course, you have number 4 with Xenoblade 3. Xenoblade 3, really fun, but it doesn't have the same replay value as, like, Metroid Dread, Smash Brothers, or Tears of the Kingdom. I say Tears of the Kingdom as I haven't beaten it, like, I haven't gotten to the credits yet, I should say. We don't have the Wii U. Oh, and Skyward Sword came out on the Wii originally. Yeah, yeah. I thought there was a Wii U in here. I remember seeing. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Nonetheless, yeah, Skyward Sword I knew came out on the Wii. That's kind of why they designed those goofy ass controls. So you're holding the Wii remote up to like charge up your fucking slash, your Skyward slash. Um, but the de facto Wii game is Resident Evil 4. I don't look. I don't care what anybody. Oh, Smash Bros. Suck my dick. Nope, it's Resident Evil 4. You got the fucking like the motion controls. Man, that shit was great. Plug the bitch, you plug the nunchuck in. You got your knife. Swipe that bitch real quick, and then like you got you got your gun. You do this. Bang, 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 bang. You could aim. You could. It brought us back to Virtua Cop times. Fucking Dino Crisis and House of the Dead and shit like that. Like it brought us back to that, except it wasn't on a rail. It was great. It was fun. The de facto Wii game is Resident Evil 4. Fight me. Argue with me. You're wrong. You're wrong. It just is what it is, right? And you got Tears of the Kingdom coming at number 2. Number 3. Because Tears of the Kingdom is the definitive Breath of the Wild. Right? Like Tears of the Kingdom it got everything that Breath of the Wild had, including like sky platforms, some Underdark area, and then you got this fucking 3-headed like fire Ghidra or electric Ghidra or the ice Ghidra, and like some other cool shit. Right? That's cool. Also, there was a plot. There was shit actually happening in Tears of the Kingdom. Like Breath of the Wild was just a big ass fucking lore dump. Everybody died. Oh, well, why am I alive? Well, was it Impa? Impa, Purah, and some third person who I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was actually Zelda. Impa, Purah, and Zelda got you to the Chamber of Resurrection, and then Zelda went to go basically hold off. She went to go turn herself into like a barrier of sorts to keep Ganondorf from getting out of the fucking castle, and you get to fight him there when you come back to life. Wild. That was it. But then like Tears of the Kingdom gives you, oh, this is what happened like, shortly after the events of Breath of the Wild. We did some archaeology and shit like that. Went to the the area under the castle, and the seal broke. It was nobody's fault. The seal just broke. Link tried to stop the resurrection of Ganondorf. Didn't work. The fucking Master Sword broke, it decayed and shit like that. Zelda dragged this motherfucker to a completely different timeline. No, she didn't drag him to a different timeline. She got dragged to a different timeline. You tried to stop her. Didn't happen. You lost your fucking arm. You obtained the arm of a god. And then they're just like, all right, learn how to use this master arm. You'll get your Master Sword back at some point, but learn this master arm. And, go help people at the same time. You find out what happened with all of the descendants of the Guardians prior. Like Yunobo becomes the I guess you could say the chief of Goron City, and then you have Riju who has grown up some, and now the helmet can fit her head without it like slumping over and shit. And then you got the other two. I've got like off the top of my head, Fish Dude. Fish Dude is now getting married, and the fucking bird is the bird. People are doing their thing. There's more life happening. You can like build your own. You can build your own house and shit like that, and like a bunch of other cool ass shit. And then you can go fight Ganondorf. Like, but the way that they set it up, well, I haven't experimented with it, but it seems like you can't go fight Ganondorf until after you've actually made contact with everybody else. And it's like, okay, a little railroady in comparison to the first game, but at least there's some structure. So I would put this game, I would put the sequel that doesn't suffer from sequelitis in this matter well above the original, right? Like it's basically the T2 here. It's the T2 of the Breath of the Wild timeline. And then of course you have Metroid Dread, short-ish game, short-ish, but you basically play Metroid, classic Metroid, with some great graphics, some great animation, some great storytelling, not a lot of talking. I appreciate not a lot of talking in video games. Um, there's an actual like the title Dread. There's an actual layer of fears. You got like these fucking like androids that are hunting you down, trying to kill you, like tear you apart limb from limb and shit like that. It's wild. I like it. It was fun. I might play through it again at some point. I think. Yeah, my copy's right there. And Mama Amarada actually has the like she has like the thumb dexterity of an actual gamer still. You know, despite her being of the elder caliber, she's still sharp as a whip when it comes to like gaming and stuff like that. She still plays games. Um, More mobile games. That's because of like time purposes, right? You come home, you just open up like a fucking mobile game and let the TV talk to you. Um, but overall, yeah, she's still got like the gamer chops, if you will. So that game, I have it, and she'll eventually play it. You know, I gotta keep reminding her at some point whenever she has time to play it. I don't know. Maybe when we go to Vegas, she'll bring it with her, or I'll bring it with me. I'm definitely bringing my fucking Sonic games. I'm definitely bringing my fucking Sonic games. You out your damn mind? You think I'm not about to sit here and play Sonic on a road trip? Fam, fam, come on. Absolutely. Nonetheless, number one, Smash Brothers defining the Switch as the sequel to the original Smash Brothers machine. Shout out to Sakurai because bro cooked. Like Sakurai was the dude for the tenure of Smash Brothers, right? Like this motherfucker got Ryu and Ken in the game. He got Cloud and Sephiroth and Sora in the game. He got Banjo Kazooie back on a Nintendo platform. And then on top of that, threw in Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury, King of Fighters. I was about to say Geese Howard. Heihachi and well, not Heihachi, Kazuya, I should say. Kazuya from Tekken in the game. This motherfucker made the fighting game crossover that everybody was asking for. Street Fighter cross Tekken cross fucking Fatal Fury. Well, the SNK, I guess you could say. Like, who does that? Like in an official capacity, not using like Mugen or anything like that. Sakurai does that. Sakurai does that, right? Like, who else did he throw in the fuck? I got this fucking shit right here, actually. This motherfucker threw fucking everybody in the goddamn game. Roy, of course, Roy was always in the game. But you got Simon and Richter from Castlevania, right? Fucking just Shulk. I'm kind of upset that it was just no. You got Pyrrha and Mithra in the game as DLC. You got Joker from Persona 5. You got the hero from You got like every iteration of the hero from Dragon Quest. Like Sakurai was the dude. Sorry, he's not dead yet. Sakurai is the dude, and people are sitting there going, "Low, like, bro, when's the next Smash Brothers game?" Bro's just like, I don't know. Probably not. We'll see. Hey, let me teach you guys how to count binary, right? And just starts counting. Like a Sakurai is that dude. ultimate troll. Like, I can't overstate how much crazy ass fun I had with Smash Brothers. Right? Who else was in the game? Like, because this is just like the base characters. Like the base characters allowed you. Let me big screen myself here. The base characters gave you. Where's my phone's in my pocket. Give me a second. I don't know that number. Be back for it. Probably. We'll see. The base game gave you fucking glare. Out here for a second. Let's see. There we go. The base game gave you all of these characters. All of these characters, right? You start with this motherfucker right here. Here. Kirby. You start with Kirby. And you basically unlock characters as you go. You know, the original way people used to play video games. You know, you play the game and you unlock characters. You unlock more stuff. It wasn't like fucking pay to play or anything. It wasn't pay to win. And then all like the DLC did was just add more characters who were also fun to play with. Motherfuckers still talking about their mains and shit like that. They gave us 3 different versions of Link, right? Like you got Young Link, Toon Link, and like, you know, Link. And they all function differently. Like Link is like the Breath of the Wild Link, where he's like using like the fucking remote bombs and shit like that. Then you have Young Link, who functions like Link prior. Right? Like he has like the grapple hook and the boomerang and fire arrows and stuff like that. It's cool. And then you got Toon Link, who's just like over the top with his shit, just fast as hell and has wide attack range and shit. Be bullshit. Be cheating. That motherfucker. He be cheating. He be cheating. Let's get back to small screen here. Wrong way. There we go. So yeah, there we go. That's the list. That is the list. So from bottom to top, Tetris, and number 20. Number 19 is Pokemon Legends Arceus. Number 18 is Super Mario Maker 2. 17, Pikmin 4. 16 is Splatoon 3. Do not remind me of the golden age of the Wii. The golden age of the Wii. Yeah, there are definitely some good times, right? What was that game? I just said it. Fucking Wii Sports Resort. Dude, that was everybody's jam right there. The Guitar Hero era. Oh Lord. Ew. Play Guitar Hero. It was alright, briefly. And then it was not alright. But yeah. Yeah. Number 15 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. And the Super Mario Wonder at 14. Fire Emblem 3 Houses at 13. 12 is Monster Hunter Rise. Number 11 is Breath of the Wild. Number 10 is Astral Chain. Number 9 is Kirby's Forgotten Lands. Number 8 is Bayonetta 3. Luigi's Mansion at number 7. And Mario Odyssey at number 6. How's the cursor just blinking? What are you doing? Number 5 is Mario Kart 8. Number 4 is Xenoblade 3. Did I say number 8? Sorry, number 4. I think I said number 4. Xenoblade 3. Number 3 is Tears of the Kingdom. Number 2 is Metroid Dread. And it is just beat out by Smash Brothers at number 1. My entire taste in music was defined by Guitar Hero 3. I'm sorry. Made me want to learn guitar. Now I can play Holy Wars by Megadeth. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and then Rocksmith tried to do that same shit and it went nowhere. Then they put it on mobile and it still went nowhere. Fun times. But yeah, that is the list. Know what I mean? That is the list. Let's pull up this article and compare. Boom. Easy. Takes you right to it. Number 20, they said Luigi's Mansion 3. That was wrong of them. That was wrong of them. Let me move this over here. So first off, they're wrong about Luigi's Mansion 3. I think I'm scrolling. Oh, I'm scrolling up. Wrong way. Scrolling down. You got to scroll down. Number 19 is Legends Arceus. That's a match. That's one. I'm gonna mark that down. Let me get a writing pad of sorts. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Let's see. Rocksmith's on mobile. My God, you just triggered my gag. Yeah, it is. They actually announced that, like, I think at E3 or one of those fucking shows, fucking Summer Games Fest or some shit. They announced it, like, a couple years back. Rocksmith on mobile, and it was like, oh fucking joy. So let's see. Rolling Stone, and sheep. I'll just leave it as sheep. So they got one wrong, and then they got Legends Arceus correct. Their number 18 is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That's wrong on so many levels. Wrong on so many levels. Actually, I'll give them a point. Oh shit, I did that wrong. I'll give them a point if they score something higher than what I did. No, I'm saying that wrong. Okay, so, right? Kirby and the Forgotten Land. If it scored lower than what I gave it, then that's basically a point towards sheep. But if it's on the mark, or if it scored higher, no. Just leave it as this. We'll just leave it as this. Fuck it. I'm overcomplicating the shit, right? So there we go. Rolling Stone 1, sheep 2. Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 at number 17. They're wrong. Bayonetta 3 should be number 7. Or number 8, excuse me. So there you go. There's another point against them. Number 16, Super Mario Maker 2. Close. I'll say that. If it's close, I'll give them the point. Actually, this is number 16 right here. I'll extend them. I'll extend them that bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Courtesy. There we go. I'll extend them that courtesy, right? If you're like within a two spot range, I'll give you that. So there you go. 2 points. Right. Number 15, they have Pikmin 4, which is right. It would be here. That's still within the 2 spot range. So that's another point for them. Okay. Rolling Stone, not bad, not bad. Keeping up here. Monster Hunter Rise, number 14. That is right here. That would be here normally. So that's another point for them. All right. Okay. A little bit of gamer cred here. Astral Chain got demonstrably wrong. Astral Chain belongs up here. Actually, no, that's number 14, ain't it? No, that's 13. Sorry, I was thinking Xenoblade. Astral Chain, they have here 13, right? Yeah, 13. Actually, pretty fucking close. I'll give them that. Look at that. Not bad, not bad. Number 12, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. They gave that shit far too much credit. Is that the same game? Oh, no. I was looking at Mario Maker, my bad. Mario Brothers Wonder, number 12. Okay. 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 They're actually pretty on the ball here. Rolling Stone. Okay. I like that. I like this. Fire Emblem 3 Houses at number 11. I sat at number 13. Not bad. I might have to take away that caveat. They're very in range here. Number 10, they have Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which that's wrong. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is up here, number 4. So there you go. That they got wrong. Number 9 is Splatoon 3. I know that's wrong. That's all the way down here. Fuck that, dog. That's what, number 16 looks like? Yeah, 16. Shouldn't be that high up on the list. Mario Kart 8, they gave it too little credit, which would be right here. So, Dad, it's just outside the range. Oof! Rolling Stones. Fucking oof! You were doing so well. Number 7, Animal Crossing New Horizons. That's wrong. That should be down here, not up here. Down here, not here. Not here, but here. So there you go. Look at that. It sucks, but we caught up again. Tears of the Kingdom, number 6. Here. Yep. Nope. Belongs up here. That is how it goes. Now, yes, all I'm saying is pretty much a bunch of opinion and biases too. But I'm a gamer. I'm not a journalist. It matters more for me. Smash Brothers Ultimate. That's wrong. I don't even have to fucking look, dog. I know that's wrong. I will look anyway, but I don't even have to. Look at that. Number 5. Get the fuck out of here. Tetris 99. Gross. Gross. Get out of here with that nonsense. Why is it so high? Let me just read this. Everyone loves Tetris. It's just a fact. Since helping launch the Game Boy in 1989, Alexei Pajitnov's addictive puzzler has become more than just iconic. It's a deep-seated part of the world's cultural psyche. But how does one make a perfect game even better? Many have tried with hundreds of iterations of Tetris. That's true, popping up throughout the years. But what if the right recipe for the ultimate Tetris experience has been right of us? You mean you say right in front of us? I don't know. Crib and Battle Royale framework games like Fortnite and PUBG. No. Adding a Battle Royale factor does not make a game better. That's wrong as hell. Tetris 99 is not good because of that. That could have been a game mode that they came up with long ago. No, it's not. It's not what they came up. I mean, they had something like it. Like, they basically did, like, they did what Puyo Pop did. Puyo Pop, and I'm forgetting the name of that other game. Oh, no, I think it was what was it? I think it was Super Buster Groove. Super Buster Groove and games like that. They had the formula already. As a matter of fact, Tetris had the formula already. All they did was just add more people. Fucking what? That doesn't make the game better. These people. Did I already mark that? What's that, number 4? 15, 17. Yeah, that's correct. Numbers are the numbers are numbering. The maths are mathsing. Try to say this shit like a British person. The math is mathing. Super Mario Odyssey at number 3. Oh no. Let's try number 6. That's a point against Rolling Stone. Their number 2, Metroid Dread. We can agree. That is actually right on the nose too. And then number 1, fucking Breath of the fucking Wild. Get out of here. They're wrong. It's very wrong. Breath of the Wild. Not as hype as they thought it was. So, that's the whole article. Well, let's see what their reasoning for number 1 was. Nintendo accomplished a lot with the Switch, but from hybridizing home and handheld gaming to reinventing many of its classic franchises as modern blockbusters that can compete with its more hardcore tailored competition. Where was I? but maybe its greatest feat was showing that no matter how often they fall, there's always a way to pick themselves up. What? That's the main theme of the Breath of the Wild. One that's etched into both its admittedly bare bones narrative. So why is it number one if you're saying that it's got a major flaw? What in the hell? Zelda games are specifically story based. The story based, they have gameplay, obviously, a lot of gameplay, but they all focus on a story, right? Save Hyrule. Here's a new, like, companion for the team, right? It's Navi, or it's Tattle, or it's Midna, or it's Fi, or something like that, right? Like, what are we doing? Or it's what's my boy's name? I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head. The Minish Cap. I'm forgetting his name. Shit. It bothers me. The wizard that got turned into a cap. Nonetheless, Zelda games are story driven. So when it doesn't have a story or a narrative, as you're saying here, if it doesn't have a narrative, that actually puts it lower on the Zelda scale. I might actually do a fucking Zelda tier stream too. I might do a Zelda tier stream. I might piss a bunch of people off with it too. I don't know. We'll work out the logistics. We'll work out the logistics on that one. Admittedly, bare bones narrative and the gameplay itself. Wait, one that's extra. It's both. It's admittedly bare bones narrative and what? Are they saying that the gameplay was bare bones? Because I thought the gameplay was really fucking good, personally. I thought the gameplay was phenomenal. It allowed Link to jump 4 inches off the ground. You just get into fights and shit like that. Nice outpost stuff. Good music. Good atmosphere overall for, addressing a post-apocalyptic kingdom. A kingdom now ruled by Ganondorf because he won while you were sleeping for 100 years. Rudy, shut up! Dog. That dog. It tells the story of a version of Link who's already lost the battle, waking up a century after his defeat to Ganon, to a world he doesn't recognize. True to the premise of the very first game in the series, it's a story about possibility, where anything you want to do can be done with the right train of thought. Now, admittedly, the first Legend of Zelda game does happen, it does happen after Ganondorf wins. That's something that's also, if you have Hyrule Historia, it has, the timeline and stuff. It's mapped out there, too, where, you have the bad timeline, where the hero dies during the fight of Hyrule and Ocarina of Time. Young Link dies, and Ganondorf basically ends up winning. Then you go through the Dark Era, and then you got a couple other games and timelines that happen in between that. But then it's kind of then you start with the first Legend of Zelda game. It gets confusing, but it's still far more understandable than Metal Gear is. When you actually look at it and you're just oh, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty dope. Metal Gear, you're just wait, but what about this right here? And both franchises make way more sense than Kingdom Hearts. Which I might do a tier stream on that too. Who knows? We'll see. Nonetheless, get back to this. True to the premise of the very first game in the series, it's a story about possibility, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Unlike older entries in the series that were mostly linear, tasking players with gaining new items that are tailored to the next big dungeon or battle, Breath of the Wild is a totally open world that you can beat in legitimately 8 minutes. Matter of fact, let me Google that. How quickly can you beat Breath of the Wild? Let's look that up. Oh, it's all off fucking kilter here and shit. I'll just read it. A speedrun of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild can be completed in as little as around 25 minutes, focusing solely on the main story objectives and utilizing highly optimized strategies, with the fastest runs clocking in under 30 minutes. What is this? How long is the Legend of Zelda? Blah, blah, blah. I wasn't asking how long the game is. I don't care about that. Glitch usage. Speedrunners often rely on specific glitches in game mechanics to shave off precious seconds. Typical playthrough. Okay, that's average playthrough. That's a whatever thing. Cool. You can beat. Okay, so you can beat the game in like 25 minutes. I exaggerated a little bit, but you can beat Breath of the Wild faster than you can beat Metroid. Speed running Metroid, by the way. But how fast can you beat Metroid? How fast? How quickly? If I can spell, quickly can you beat Metroid? Was it not Zero Mission? I think it was the first Metroid. Blah 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 blah. No, it's not that one. So was it Super Metroid? Yeah, a skilled player can beat Super Metroid in as little as around an hour and 30 minutes, which is the fastest speed, with the fastest speed runs achieving times even under an hour, depending on the chosen route and the execution. Basically, you can beat Breath of the Wild faster than you can beat Super Metroid. And that's a game that people have been speed running for decades. You can beat a game from a few years ago faster than you can beat a game that people have been trying to perfect for decades. Call me Elon. Let that sink in. Let me see. Can I link what? Can I link the link the oh the video? The God damn it. Can I link the video for Breath of the Wild? Watch your shit speed Breath of the Wild speed run is crazy. Oh, dude. I've seen some crazy shit, right? Like I do some crazy shit in Breath of the Wild and shit like that. Like I'm doing like flips and dips and cool as fuck like bullet time stuff, and that's nice fine and dan. Motherfuckers be going crazy in those speed runs. It's wild. See, I don't know how to make people mods. I don't even know if I'm allowed to make mods. So, like, I wouldn't be able to know how to drop a link or how to allow people to drop links. I don't know. I'll look into it like later and probably mod somebody, 2 people maybe. Where am I? Blah 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 blah. Tales of the next week dungeon of battle. Breath of the Wild is a totally open world. Players get a glider and later a horse, but where to go is entirely up to them. There's a few big regions to tackle that will help aid in taking back Hyrule by creating alliances and amassing ancient weapons. But truthfully, you can just pick up the controller and beeline towards the final boss. They say it too. It'll likely end in failure, but then that's the point. Kinda. If your timing's good, you'll be all right. While many games claim, by the way, Thunderblight Ganon is probably one of the most difficult bosses to fight in any Zelda game. Primarily because there's no pattern of attack. Thunderblight Ganon does not have a pattern of attack. He just pops up and attacks you from out of nowhere. Like, it's bad. I got more headaches out of Thunderblight Ganon than I did out of the fucking ninja from Mega Man Zero. Speedruns are fun to watch. Would never try to do it myself. Sort of. I don't know. I kind of. Ironically, as I am streaming video games, I don't really watch too many people play video games for long, at least. Right? Like I'll tune in for a little bit, but then I'll like leave. Thunderblight is a bitch. Yeah, Thunderblight, bro. I beat him on on fucking master mode, or I fought him on master mode. It took me so fucking long to beat that dude. I did it, but I beat him. I did it, but it took me so fucking long. While many games claim to be about player choice, the reality is they're limited to a narrow set of systems that create the illusion of choice. In Breath of the Wild, a smokestack on a mountaintop might pique an interest, but there's no waypoints or breadcrumbs indicating how to get there. Maybe you'll try to tough it out, hoarding stamina fruit to physically scale the mountainside like Cliffhanger, or more ingeniously start a brush fire that'll allow Link to catch an air pocket with the glider all the way up to the sky. The success of Breath of the Wild The successes of Breath of the Wild aren't steeped in complex lore or epic battles. It's more about the little things. Each query is a personal puzzle to solve. How to survive a frigid snowcap or chase down a skybound dragon from the ground, on top of many literal puzzles. But its greatest strength isn't in telling a cinematic narrative or adhering to people's preconceptions of how a fantasy game should be. It's firmly being firmly ew. Ew. It's firmly being what it should be, a video game. It just so happens that this particular video game isn't just the best on Nintendo Switch, but arguably the greatest ever made. That is a take. That is a take of all time. Who wrote this article? Christopher Cruz. Chris Cruz. What else did he do? Streets of Rage 4 makers. New game is Divine Fantasy Beat 'em Up. Is it? No, I thought they were. No, I thought Dotemu, they're doing Shinobi now. That's going to release later in September. Apex Legends is complicated, but it just may be the world's craziest esport. Twisted Metal Season 2 trailer reveals first look at Villainous Calypso. Okay. I mean, I'm not looking for like some kind of like bias or anything with Chris, but I disagree with like a lot of this. The numbers mostly disagree, right? The numbers mostly disagree. That is a solid 12-8. You were in range with 8 of them. You only got 2. You only nailed 2 on the head. And you were within range with 8 of them in total. But all in all, I can say this is a fairly objective article. Nothing largely offensive, and by offensive I mean like, you know, nothing that takes away gamer cred. Still, you still think more like a journalist on this, but whatever. I disagree with putting Breath of the Wild at number 1 if you had that many gripes with it, right? Like, or not necessarily gripes, but you're pointing out negatives. You're saying like, you know, the game is bare bones narrative, right? Has bare bones narrative. And the gameplay, apparently you're saying, is bare bones as well. And then, you know, it's where is it? Big reason, blah, blah, blah. You can just pick up the controller and beeline towards the final boss. That doesn't make a good game. It makes it creative, sure, but that doesn't make it a good game. Limited narrow set of systems, which was actually like, you know, oh well, while many games claim to be about player choice, the reality is they're limited to narrow set of systems that create the illusion of choice. Sort of. But that's the charm of a lot of Zelda games is within the structure. There's a structure, right? Like there's a battle order, essentially, you can say. Like kind of how Mega Man games work. Mega Man allows you to basically pick out of, like it gives you the screen where you can pick out, like, you know, one of 8 bosses or 7 bosses. 7? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. 8 bosses. You can pick any of the 8 bosses, but there's a battle order to which you can get the weakness of the next boss to take down. And then you go through the whole, like, you know, the boss rush and fight, you know, whichever devil it is. You fight Wily, and it's like, cool. But Zelda specifically has a structure with their stories, which is why it functions the way it does. You have, like, you know, you have your waypoint that tells you, hey, you have to go to this area next because something or another, right? You go here next, or you go here next. You don't get that from Breath of the Wild, and it's not a bad thing, but it's not what makes it, you know, the de facto Zelda game. In all honesty, out of like all the Zelda games, I would actually put like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom both pretty low on that scale. But that's just me, you know, Zelda fanatic. When did Rolling Stone branch out to covering things outside of music? I don't know. Tetris 99 at number 4 is offensive. No ball knowledge. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's probably what set me off with this whole thing. Like Breath of the Wild set me off, and then I saw Tetris is on the fucking list, and I was like, what the hell is this? What in the hell? Then I saw Monster Hunter Rises on the list, and I was like, but that's not an exclusive, right? This is hold on, let me see if he actually addresses that up here. It's been 8 long years since the Switch launched in March 2017. The gaming landscape, not to mention the world itself, is a very different place. Released mid-generation. It looks like I keep moving around and shit like that. It's not because I'm on meth. It's because I'm trying to stay out of the fucking light here, fucking sun. Um, Released mid-generation while its competitors like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were midway through their cycle, it initially felt like a footnote. Why was Nintendo releasing a handheld device in the high-definition era where there's a smartphone in everyone's pocket? Didn't its particular brand of family-friendly gaming seem like a thing of the past? And it could have flopped. It wasn't going to flop. It wasn't going to flop. I can guarantee you that. Even if it didn't have all of these great games on the Switch, it wasn't going to flop. Spelling the end of Nintendo. That wasn't going to happen either. After the disastrous launch of the predecessor, the Wii U, the device's intention was as muddied as its name. True. Many were critical about the prospect of a new Nintendo console. Even if it sold well, how did the company that once led the pack as a trailblazer fit into the then ecosystem? Even after the mountain of money they made with the original Wii, it seemed like their best days were behind them. Oh shit! There's a lot more reading. I'm just going to skip through a little bit here. While its successor, smartly named Switch 2, no, it should have been called Super Switch. It should have been called Super Switch. I don't care what people do. Oh, it should have been, it's the sequel. It should just be called Switch 2. What the fuck was the Super Nintendo following? Super Nintendo was one of the most iconic game console names of all fucking time. You think Super Switch wasn't going to land? Now it's called Nintendo Switch 2. Switch to what? Switch to what? Outside? Switch to going outside because video games suck? Is that what you're aiming? Is that what you're fucking saying, Nintendo? I'm sorry if I'm loud to people. I'm sorry if I'm loud to you. Get the fuck out of here. Super Switch was a better name. Bar none. I don't care what anybody has to say. Oh, you're just salty. You're goddamn right. It should have been the Super Switch. I'm calling it the Super Switch. Fuck y'all. Smartly named the Super Switch. Waits in the wings for its upcoming release. I think that's this year, actually. It's very likely. Oh God, where's the editing? Where's the editing? It very likely that many people who own a Switch. There are actually like 4 in the house. There's one here, over on Amarada's desk. There's one on my desk. There's one in the bedroom. There's one downstairs. There was a 5th one, but I sold that one to did I sell it? Yeah, I sold it to Green Rocks because no, did I sell it? No, I think I just gave it to Green Rocks because I didn't want 2 of the same consoles. I bought an OLED and I was like, oh, this one's slightly better, so here you can have this one. Since not to mention Nintendo has one of the most egregious systems or setups next to PlayStation. Like, you can't just link one account to 2 different consoles. You have to move that account to the other console. And then certain games allow you to transfer save data, which means if you play like, because I had Scarlet and Violet on, I played them on the original Switch, and then I got the OLED, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna transfer data. You can't do that. No, start the game from the beginning. I can't transfer data. No, even if I'm a subscribe member. No, play the game again. Go fuck yourself. It's basically what that is. That's fucking retarded, my dude. That's fucking retarded. You're making me play the fucking game again because you can't get right. What in the hell? But Smash Brothers, you can port that shit over. What in the fuck is Nintendo doing? Honestly, shocked Nintendo didn't name it new Super Nintendo Switch U 3D. The new Super Nintendo Switch U 3D Cube. Yeah, I know, right? Cube Boy. That's what it is. The new Super Nintendo Switch U 3D Cube Boy. It should have, or Boy Cube. You know, just make it even more like, you know, confusing. Why not? I own 2 Switches, an OLED and a Lite when I travel. I just take my OLED with me. My thought process with my OLED is if it breaks, oh well. If it breaks, oh well. Like, how am I going to play my Switch games? I won't. I'll just sell them. And that's like that's no that's not to say that, like, I won't be upset. I will be upset, but I'm not gonna go out and buy another Switch. I'm not gonna get the Switch 2. I already told myself I'm not getting the Switch 2. There's nothing about it that interests me. I don't care. I don't know what that means for me as a gamer, but I just don't care. Maybe I'm moving. I enjoy gaming on the PC a little more anyway. Probably just play PC. If I play console, it's because it's somebody else's console. Wait in the wings of it's very likely on the Switch. We'll continue to play it well after the next big thing arrives. That's true. That's the other major issue that we have here is, we get it. The Switch 2 can sell. The Switch 2 can sell. I don't doubt that it won't. But the fact of the matter is, most people's library is on the Switch. If you have the Nintendo console, it's on the Switch. And the Switch 2 won't have access to playing like a certain amount of like certain Switch games. And that's something that they outlined in their reveal trailer or whatever. But what if there's like, that one game you really enjoy, you want to play on the Switch 2, but you can't because the way that the hardware is set up, they just don't let the shit like, play. Then you're sticking with the Switch, and you're upset that you bought a Switch 2 to try to play the game that you want, but you can't. There's that. That Rolling Stone is ranking the best games for the Nintendo Switch. You can't wait. What is their criteria for the best games? Is it like the highest selling? And while there's an embarrassment of riches to choose from, we've opted to stick solely to games that were exclusively available on Nintendo Switch, meaning no cross-platform releases like Fortnite or indie games that found their footing on PC. There's also almost no re-releases, remakes, or remasters because while everyone loves an older game, truest test of the console's cloud is what things it brings to the table. There's a problem here. No cross-platform releases, so why is Monster Hunter Rise up here? Right? No cross-platform releases. Monster Hunter Rise is up here. And this article dropped a few days ago, back on the 2nd. Christopher Cruz, surely you went in with the knowledge that Rise is on PC and consoles now, right? Right? Like, let's Google that real quick, right? Let's Google that. Monster Hunter Rise. Here it is. Platforms: Nintendo Switch initially, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4. See more. What else we got? Platform Switch, PlayStation. Why does it do that? Whatever. Is Monster Hunter Rise on the Nintendo Switch? Yes, it initially released on the Switch. Can you play Rise on PC? Rise has a lot to offer on PC, though all the bells and whistles in the world can't hide the fact that this will always be a Switch game. Well, yeah, it's designed to be a Switch game, but the fact of the matter is it's not. Well, it was designed for the Switch is what I should say. But the fact of the matter is it's on all platforms. It's now cross-platform. Sorry. You have a little bit of conflicting information here. Also found their footing on PC. There's also almost no re-releases, remakes, or remasters because while everyone loves an older game. Well, I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is a re-release or a remaster, in my opinion. It's just basically the same game. Sheer volume of Mario games, blah, 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 blah. Actually, let me just go here. Let's look at some of this stuff. See, any remakes or remasters on this list? No. Breath of the Wild, technically. Breath of the Wild is well, Yes, Breath of the Wild is a re-release because it released on the Wii U first, and it released on the Wii U, I think, like a couple months or a month or so prior to the Switch's release. They didn't release on the same day. It wasn't the same street date. So that's a re-release. Your number one is a re-release, fam. That's a fucking bias. What are you doing? um. No, 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 no. Everything else is fine, but this is a re-release. Technically speaking, that's Breath of the Wild is a re-release. Buying Rise on the PS5 when Worlds is there, you have no problem to be fair. You have a problem to be fair. That's true. World is definitely the better version of of Monster Hunter within this current era. Like ranking the top three, it'd be World, then in my opinion at least, World, then Wilds. Actually, I gotta flip Wilds and Rise because Rise actually functions. Wilds Wilds has more of what I enjoy, but I'm running into too many processing issues. Now, if I was playing on console, then we know where the hell this whole shebang is going, right? World, Wilds, Rise. But in my current situation, 2 and 3 are flip flopped. Why is a rock music magazine rating video games? I couldn't tell you, dog. Like everybody, like fucking, what's it called? Not Hollywood Reporter. The other fucking, god damn it. Not Entertainment Weekly. Um, I know Forbes also did it, but Forbes focuses on like fucking products and marketing anyway. Shit, I can't remember it. I can't remember it, and it's pissing me off. Either way, there are plenty of news outlets that are basically swinging outside of their field of study, if you will. They're swinging in the wrong ring. Buying LMAO. Lamau. What am I doing? Obviously, I'm saying this before Wilds drop. Yeah, I mean, Wilds is still good. It's just it's got its processing issues, and once those get ironed out, then who knows? It might be better than Rise. Might. Because rock music is dead. People only care about Taylor Swift and Kendrick calling Drake a diddler. That's also true. What else you gonna write an article? What else you gonna write? Gonna write an article on? No one really reads nowadays, anyways. I know, right? Lean back and show off these books. Oh, you know what? Ogre, you're here. You're here. There's a collection here that you would appreciate a lot. It's a collection of material that you would appreciate here. Something appreciative. You know, it's not. It is actually the full series there, the full series of the classic collection there. Oh man, it looks good too. It looks really good. By the way, check out that fucking art, dog. Get that glare out of here. What the hell, stupid son. There we go. Eh. Get fuck it. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's some good reading. That, of course, goes in the number one spot of the other classic collections and the hardcovers that I got here. Beautiful reading. Beautiful reading. I don't read commie propaganda rags anyhow. Exactly. You read the opposite of commie propaganda rags. You need to up your Bleach collection. 4 volumes of Sag. Well, the issue that I have with Bleach currently is that there are a lot of fucking volumes, and what I did actually, I don't know if you can let me turn the camera a little bit. What I did back here on this shelf, this shelf here, that second shelf right under the Zelda shelf or the Zelda shit in general, because that's like this is all this right here is all Zelda manga, and the three or the four lore books, I guess you could say, as well as the Shitara Ishinomori manga and some strategy guides. But this whole like row right here, that whole shelf, it's just all like it's a bunch of manga up to volume 5. So I got Apple Black, Berserk, Chainsaw Man, Dan Demon Slayer, Fairy Tail, Fire Force, Hunter x Hunter, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Kaiju number 8, all up there on that shelf. And I don't know why. I mean, well, actually, I do know why. I want to do like I want to do this thing where I have a collection of where I do have like the full series. Obviously, I'll eventually get the full series of everything that I want. Probably no, I won't. No, I won't. I'll die before I get everything I want. Let's be real. Um, but eventually, what I'll do is I'll get like more books like these, and Soul Eater will have the same. It'll get the same treatment, right? I'll have because I have up to volume 13 of the Perfect Edition, but I'll eventually get some other books and then take 6 through the rest of the series off the shelf and then put them away somewhere. Um, because as it is with me, like more times than often, if I have access to the manga on my phone, I'll just read it off of my phone. But if I don't, like Junji Ito, for example, well, actually that's Viz. I might have access to that. I might have access to that. Well, Captain Harlock, Common Rider, Lupin the Third, basically Seven Seas, Square Enix manga, stuff like that. I don't have access to those, so those I'll probably like have out. Those I read like the physical versions. Gachi Akuta is another one. That one's pretty fucking new. Um, I don't have like the digital access to that, so I'll read the physical versions. But if I have like if I have digital access, I buy the books to just like have them. And the off chance that the internet just dies or whatever, or an EMP drops, I at least still have reading material. Um, that's at least my thought process when it comes to manga. Like I want to have a cool ass tricked out fucking manga studio like Hypnotic has, but being realistic, I have a family that I'm gonna have to take care of. I have a family in mind that I'm gonna have to take care of. Me, the lady, our kid. When that happens, I got to put my money towards other things first before I put them towards myself. Most of the time. I'm not Charlie Kirk out this bitch, right? Like I'm not saying everything I own has to go to them first and then I get the scraps. That is a very retarded take from Charlie Kirk. But yeah, that's pretty much my thought process when it comes to the manga. It's like I'm just gonna like the shelves are primarily for display, is what I should say. So, I just want to show off that I got like a lot of cool ass like fucking manga here. So, I have Rising of the Shield Hero up here eventually. Kagurabachi, they've only released like 2 volumes. And once they get to 5, I'll just have the 5, and then the other ones I'll just put away. Um, and then I got one shots here too. The Wanted Eiichiro Oda before One Piece, Mishima Heroes, Tatsuki Fujimoto before Chainsaw Man, stuff like that. Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater, PTSD Radio. That's only 3 volumes. Akira is too tall to fit on my regular shelf, so I have it sitting down here with the other like. I have it sitting down here behind this box with the other like comics I have, because I have like I got like Common America and Rippaverse books and whatnot. Some DC. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got. That's pretty much what I got going on with like my background. And the sword is not showing completely. There we go. Let's see. Bleach left me feeling hollow. I get it. Knee slapper. Isn't the Apple Black creator one of those people who encourages race bending art nowadays though? he doesn't encourage it. He says that it's something that he doesn't care too much about. It's not something he puts stock into because people are gonna have, you know, their interpretations. I guess you can interpret what he's saying as such, but I kind of agree with him in the sense of like, you know, putting a lot of energy into somebody basically like making a fan version of a character, of a de facto character, is just stupid. It's like I was gonna go off on the one individual. Like I was probably gonna do like a stream or a video probably on that one person who drew Okarun and Momo as black people, as like, you know, black versions and Black Deku and stuff like that. And I sat there and thought to myself, do I actually really fucking care about somebody's fan edit? Like, I don't care. Do it. I don't care. It's not official. I know it's official. I'll just follow the official stuff. And the artist, like, right, like the actual lore master of these franchises, these series, and so on and so forth, they don't care either. They know what the actual lore is, and fans will do what fans do. That's fine. Let them, you know, be rabid as they are. I got the official stuff. It's like, you know, it's like people. Do I have any Naruto? I don't have Naruto here. I don't have any Naruto manga. But it's like when people got pissed off about the ending of Naruto with Naruto, you know, marrying Hinata and having Himawari and Boruto, uh, Boruto and Himawari in order. Um, you know, people are pissed off that it was like, oh, it's Hinata and not Sakura. It was like, yeah, because Sakura been giving this motherfucker the runaround for like the entire series. Why should he give a fuck about somebody that doesn't give a fuck about him? Real simple. Hinata was there day fucking zero. She saw that man and she waterfalls, bro. Niagara Falls, the entire fucking series. This girl died for him. Hinata died for Naruto. What does Sakura do? Get herself into trouble? Naruto had to jump in and save her from the guy that she ended up fucking anyway? Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Famous words. Famous words. And I'm pretty sure somebody else said it before J. Cole, but I'm going to reference J. Cole on this one. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Come on, fam. What are we doing? What are we doing? I forgot what my initial point was. Oh, yeah, the fan shit. Yeah, people are pissed off about that. It's like, whatever, man. Whatever. I don't care if people make, like, you know, their versions of said character because their version isn't official work. See, it pisses me off when people do something like, oh, here's Miles Morales, who's better than Peter Parker, and then it becomes official. That's annoying. That's fucking stupid. That shit I don't agree with because that becomes official work. It's not like Deku, the ending we got for My Hero Academia, that is canon. That is the official work. It's one of the reasons I don't like Super is because it's just a bunch of retconning. Dragon Ball Super, it's fun. It's like nice fights and shit like that, cool transformation, so on and so forth. But it's just retconning what happened in like within the timeline of Dragon Ball. It's like this happened like, you know, a decade or so prior to the end of GT or some shit. It's like, shut up. Or not GT, but Z. After like it happened pre-time skip, post ending of post killing Boo. It's like, this is stupid. What are we doing? What are we doing? Dragon Ball ended. Canonically speaking, Dragon Ball ended when Goku got married. Dragon Ball ended when Goku got married to Chi-Chi. And they had Gohan. And then Dragon Ball Z ended when Goku went to Namek and basically took Frieza with him. Like when Frieza blew up the planet, he kept Frieza there to basically, you know, off Frieza as well. Right? That's when Dragon Ball Z ended. And then the extended arc goes into, you know, Goku dying of heart disease and coming back to life because Trunks came back from the future, fucking up the timeline, mind you, to give Goku the fucking the medicine to save him. And then the fucking androids happen, and then Cell happens, the best villain in the series, in my opinion. Yeah, Cell happens, and then Dragon Ball Z ended. Dragon Ball Z ended when Gohan beat Cell. That's it. It's done. It's fucking done. Boo Saga, cool fights and shit like that. That's nice, fine, and dandy. You know, we got Gotenks out of it. We got like each version of Boo or whatever. Vegeta becomes Majin Vegeta, and like all this other cool crazy shit happens. That's nice. That's cool. That's not canon to me. I don't care if it's canon. It's not canon. Let's see. Shonen Jump app is goated. Absolutely is, dog. I'm reading everything up there. I'm rereading Yu Yu Hakusho, reading Hunter x Hunter, reading Dragon Ball from the beginning. What else am I reading? Bleach, Kagurabachi, I'm catching up on. Kaiju number 8, I caught up on. Dan I caught up on. Chainsaw Man, I caught up on. Tagami Bachi, I'm gonna reread eventually. I'm mad that they don't have Shaman King, but that's primarily because Shaman King's the rights for Shaman King are with Kodansha now and not Viz. And that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now I would like them to put Pokemon Adventures on the Shonen Jump app, because the Shonen Jump app has like Viz. It has Viz material. I think Manga Plus actually has Viz material too, so I can probably find it up there. Who knows? But nonetheless, the Shonen Jump app is absolutely goated, bro. $2.50, I think it is. $2 or $3, something like that. That's what I'm paying to read 100 chapters a fucking day. I can't even read 100 chapters a fucking day. I ain't got that kind of time. I love it. It's great. And after that, you'll have a goated manga library your kid will grow up to. Yeah, exactly. That's the dream. That is the absolute dream. Why is my camera wigging out here? Yeah, that's the absolute dream. I want to be able to pass this shit on to my kid and be like, hey, here's some good reading material. Here's some good reading material. I know we have superheroes here in America, but they have superheroes in Japan too. The name of the series is called My Hero Academia. It does have kind of like a jank ending, but and they also have like this long stretch of plot that doesn't need to happen. I'm not talking about Gentle. I thought Gentle was a pretty good villain, or antagonist. He's not really a villain, but there's a lot of shit that happens like after what's it called? The fucking prison. Tartarus. There we go. Tartarus. Tartarus. Tartar sauce. There's like this whole bit that happens after that I just don't care about. Like it I don't like that the way that the series is set up towards, like, I guess you could say like the final arc, the final third of it, the third act, you could say. I don't like that it basically became each hero gets a spotlight. I don't care about each hero. Let's get to the end, please, because each hero's spotlight had no major impact on the plot at hand. Like the story should focus on, like, the final fight should focus on Deku, All Might, Bakugo, Ochako, and the people that are immediately in the area. Like Eraserhead, Present Mike, and like a couple of other people that were like assisting in the fight. Spoilers, by the way, my bad. I get it. Kirishima is my boy. He's my favorite character in the whole series. But we shouldn't like spot. He already had his spotlight with in the Overhaul arc, when he and Fat Gum teamed up to go take down some people who were basically using like this quirk suppressor, essentially. Like, Kirishima had his arc. Not every character needs an arc. Like, Yugo doesn't need an arc. He didn't even really do anything. And then on top of that, then the plot just extended longer than it needed to. That's just me. Sakura was always after Sasuke. Or did I read that wrong? No, you're correct. Sakura was always after Sasuke. But Sasuke also tried to kill her because she was in the way. And then Naruto swooped in and, kept her from dying. Of course, I think if I remember correctly, it was like some fucking attack. It was some attack that he did. I think he threw like a poison kunai at Sakura, and then Naruto jumped in and basically took the L for her. Like it was something wild, something crazy. Love that J. Cole apologized and just moved on with his life from that Kendrick beef. Bro said I ain't got time for all that. Yeah, we need more people like Cole. Like you ain't got to sit here and try to like get the. You don't have to get the dub. Sometimes you catch the L, and it is what it is. Let it be, fam. God damn. Patrick Boo. Did I miss something? Oh, albino Mr. Popo. I'd be fine with that. Chidori Spear. Yeah, it was a Chidori Spear. That's what it was. It was a Chidori Spear, and then fucking Naruto jumped in and took the L for her. I feel like if manga studios didn't force creators to keep going where they going there, if manga studios didn't force creators to keep going, there wouldn't be stupid arcs. I feel that's why Bleach fell off towards the end. You know, Ted Kubo just didn't care anymore. Oh no. Kubo has always been about style. That's why you see Ichigo in a different fit in like every fucking panel, basically. Ichigo's in a different outfit. Fucking Hitsugaya goated in a different outfit all the time. Like Kubo is more of an artist than he is a writer. And that's not to disparage his what he's done, because Bleach is like one of the best series to step out of Shonen Jump. But the fact of the matter is, like, Kubo was always more style over substance, which is why, you know, like you got that wild ass fucking Zanpakuto arc where everybody Zanpakuto, like the souls of their Zanpakuto came out, and it was just like, you know, you can't use your Bankai until you know, tame me. Have fun, buddy. It's like it was weird. Majin Buu combined with Patrick from SpongeBob memes. Oh Lord, please, no, I don't want to see it. I'm good. I do want to see it. Link it, link it to me on Twitter or something like that. Speaking of Twitter, I gotta get out of here. I have extended my stay here. So for those that are just showing up, this is the final ranking of the top 20 games on the Switch according to Rolling Stone. This is the de facto layout, right? Number 1 is Smash Brothers. Number 20 is Tetris 99, which shouldn't even be on this fucking list, by the way. They screwed the pooch royally. Breath of the Wild is not number 1. Breath of the Wild is just, you know, big enough. That's all. That's all. That said, I'm gonna get up out of here. I haven't eaten. Did I eat anything? No, I haven't eaten anything all day. I had a cup of coffee and that was it. Drake has been quiet since not like us. Good on Kendrick for that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Drake's stupid as fuck. He's stupid. He shouldn't have started. But or he shouldn't have continued the shit, is what I should say. Now, I will say it was funny as hell. Drake dropped the one fucking track, and Kendrick went quiet for a bit. Then he dropped one bomb, and then another bomb. And I think it was a third bomb after that. That shit was funny as hell. Then Drake just said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Bro caught a spirit bomb from a spirit bomb doing the spirit bomb. It was crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. If you guys want to, like, you know, you want to do your own what's it called? Like your own fucking, what is this shit called? Tier. You want to do your own tier based off of the top 20 from Rolling Stones. There's the link. If it sends, there we go. There's the link to it. That's like I created the tier and everything. So there you go. Go ahead and have fun with that. I'm gonna screenshot this and post this up on Twitter and be like, this is the final thing. Yeah, hit me up on Twitter at Sheepsidian. You can go ahead, also subscribe if you haven't. Like the stream, all of that good stuff. I have a Streamlabs if you want to donate some stuff, or if you want to donate to the wedding, just go to the links in the description. I got all of my stuff there. I'm hungry and thirsty at the same time, and Rudy won't shut up. I need him to shut the fuck up, Rudy. He don't give a fuck. Nonetheless, I'm gonna get up out of here. Appreciate everybody showing up, showing out, and showing support in the ways that they do. I'll be back at Monster Hunter tomorrow. We'll be playing some Monster Hunter. I don't know how close I am to the ending of the story, but once we're done with the story, we're gonna dive into some action, some real fun, some real action. You know what I mean? Some fights to start getting some better armor and shit like that. And we'll address that tomorrow. But until then, you guys stay safe as real in these streets. Much love to you all, and take it easy.